The last couple days I've been traveling. A talk show asked me to be a part of a show that they're having on transgender equality and empowerment. Well, believe it or not, as public as I've been with all of my activist work and my different creative projects, it is very difficult for me to go out in public, especially in public places where there are lots of people. It's just a very challenging thing for me because as a transgender individual, oftentimes I deal with the negative viewpoints that people have about transgender people. And but I press on and I force myself to do these sort of things because I know that they're important. It's important to have shows on transgender issues to continue to educate the public about transgenderism. I press on in the name of transgender equality. During my 2-day experience, traveling to the show, while I was at the show, and traveling back home from the show, I started to have a question. And that question is passing doing something for our people? Now, what I mean by passing is when a transgender person is able to go out into society and people look at them and they not know that they're transgender. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think I look like a man in a dress. But I would say 85% of the people that see me know that I'm a transgender woman. To all my trans sisters and brothers that are passing, hey, I'm not hating on you. More power to you. God bless you. But I still have a question. What is passing doing for our people? Let me explain a little bit more of what I mean. If a transgender person that, you know, people really can't tell they're transgender, goes out in the public and they're getting respected, that's a wonderful thing. But then you have to ask the question, if the person knew they were transgender, would they have given them the same respect? As opposed to someone that's transgender that when you look at them, you know they're trans, them going out into public and them being respected, it speaks volumes. It's doing big things because I'll tell you why. Number one, it declares our presence in the world. And number two, despite that person knowing that they were transgender, they still were treated with respect. As I traveled up to the show and as I traveled back home from the show, I dealt with the stares of negative judgment, of people looking at me in disgust, and a basic condemnation. Now, don't get me wrong. Overall, the trip was fine. I got up there safe and I got home safely. But it was hard. It was hard for me. As I went through these experiences, I started to think how much easier my life would be if I was able to pass. I wouldn't go through half the crap that I go through if I could pass. As I walked through the airport and I felt the judgmental energy, and there were some people along the way that were friendly, a very few. And there were a couple men that even tried to talk to me and get my phone number. But even that was, in a way, somewhat negative. Because as they talked to me, they nervously was looking around to make sure no one was noticing them interact with me. What does that do to a person like me? Oh, you'd be surprised the men that want to be with me, that are attracted to me sexually. I could tell you stories. You would be absolutely surprised at the type of men that go for my type. But these men don't have the courage to be seen with me in public. What do you think that does to me? How do you think I feel? Can anyone say the word ostracized? Yes, ostracized. When I got back to South Florida, I ended up taking a cab from the airport back to my apartment. And the cab driver was an older man from the islands who actually didn't know I was transgender, because he asked me if I was a mother and how many children I had. Well, as I kind of laughed a little bit and I answered his question, no, we began to have a really nice conversation during the ride to my place. And it just felt so good to be treated like a regular woman, to just be treated regular. But you know what truth is? I've never been regular. That's the truth. I've never been regular. And I know you probably look at me and think, yeah, I'm a bit dramatic with the way I look. But the truth is, I've always stood out. From a little child all the way on up through my life's journey, I've always stood out in the crowd. It's me. And all I can be is me. If not passing means that when people see me, I'm a reminder of the diversity of this world, then so be it. If not passing means that when people see me, I remind them that there are transgender people in this world, yes there are, we are here, then so be it. It hurts me to my soul to see how people look at me in such a negative, judgmental way. It really hurts me to my soul because they're judging me without knowing the content of my character. If they knew the love that I have in my heart for humanity, if they knew the good intentions that I have as a human being here on this planet, they would be absolutely shocked, and they'd probably be ashamed at the negative thoughts that they have. It hurts me to my soul when I smile at someone and they smile back, and as I walk away I hear the giggles, the chuckles, like I'm a big joke. It hurts me to my soul. But I press on and I say to myself, if being not passable means that I'm helping to move my people forward, then so be it. So be it, because maybe, just maybe, my pain and my suffering won't be in vain. You know what puzzles me? What absolutely puzzles me is when I give a friendly gesture of a smile, and what I get back is a stone cold stare. Like the person is looking at me like I'm a Martian, not of this planet. Oh my God, that just puzzles me. My prayer is that these people that look at me and condemn me will one day realize that they saw someone that, as hard as my life has been, I have been determined to continue going and to try to live my life with integrity. My prayer is that these people realize that when they saw me, they saw someone that was determined and had the courage to live their authentic truth, as odd or strange or different as you think it may be. Because truth is, people, there are 7 billion people on this planet, and we all are unique. We all are different. And instead of trying to blend in and go with the flow, it's okay to be who you are. It really is okay. Anyway, I've said my piece. I'm going home.